Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy if you're new here. If you're not new here, thanks so much for returning. Today we're going to be doing our week 18 intermittent fasting update. If you haven't been following along my channel and you're new here, you may have missed that I have been doing an intermittent fasting series. I began intermittent fasting about 18 weeks ago, as evident by the update. And I started on that journey just as a way to kind of get healthy, to lose some weight, to get down to a healthy weight, but also just to really generally feel better. And so far it has been amazing. So I've been doing updates where I share with you how I'm feeling, my weight loss, my inch loss, my non-scale victories or things that aren't related to weight. And I've just had a lot of fun doing that, and I have had a lot of people reach out to me and say that they've been inspired to try fasting and that it's worked so well for them. So I'm super excited to continue sharing this with you guys, and I'm just grateful that I've been able to help some people. If you want to know how I'm doing and what my 18-week results are, just keep watching. Okay, so I mentioned in my last video when I did my week 16 update that I was doing like a 30-day no-weigh challenge, and I'm still kind of in the middle of that, so I don't have a weight report for you guys. I did mention that I was 176.4 pounds at the beginning of the month, or the beginning of the 30-day no weigh. So that was my last update. I will update that for you in my next video. Actually, I will be past the 30-day mark, so I will be weighing again, and I will let you guys know what my average weight is. Even though I'm not going to give you a weight so that you know if you're new here, when I do weights, I do average weights, so I will weigh all week long, and at the end of my week I will average out the weight for those 7 days or however many days I've weighed, so I get an average daily weight. This gives me a better idea of if I've actually lost weight or I'm losing weight, and kind of keeps from being discouraged, because sometimes when you're eating, you know, maybe you had a hectic day and you ate a lot of sodium, so you're really retaining water the next day, it'll look like you didn't lose any weight, or maybe even like you gained weight, but within a day or two your body will readjust and you'll lose that weight. So it's not beneficial to necessarily look at day-to-day weight loss, but more like a trend. So when I do get back to my weights, I am going to provide you with the weight of that day, because I won't have an average, but it should hopefully reflect a drop from the 176.4. My starting weight was 193 and I'm 5'4", so that put me into the obese category for BMI. So my goal in intermittent fasting has been to get down into a healthy BMI range. Obviously my first goal is to get out of obese and into overweight, and then out of overweight and into just a healthy range. That has been one of my goals. Another one of my goals has been to lose some inches in areas where they necessarily shouldn't be, or shouldn't necessarily be. So I just want to feel comfortable in my body and be able to wear clothes and not be self-conscious. And a lot of that, I mean, it's societal pressure, and we could all say, well, we don't care what anybody else thinks, but let's be real, we've been conditioned to kind of care. I've actually kind of already reached that goal. I still have weight to lose. Like I said, my last weight was 176, and my goal weight was around 135. But I was actually looking at pictures the other day of me when I was 144 pounds. And that's when I started to feel really self-conscious about my weight. I spent my entire life, like I said, I'm 5'4", I'm not tall. I spent my entire life up until like the day I got married, I was 106 pounds. After I had my first daughter, I went back down to like 112 pounds. And after my son, I was like 15 pounds. Like, you know, I've always been real small. And so after my second son was born, my third child, my weight had crept up and it got up to like 144. And I remember telling my friends, man, I've spent my whole life not having to eat healthy, not having to exercise, not having to watch anything, because I've always just been thin, and now I'm gaining weight and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to lose weight. I don't know how to stop gaining weight, and I was feeling really self-conscious. And I was actually looking back at pictures of myself, and I think I look healthier now at the 176 pounds that I was at, or you know, whatever I'm at now, than I did at 144 pounds, because my body's healthier, my hormones are more balanced, my skin looks clearer, everything is working together better. So though I may weigh more, I feel better about myself now than I did even then at 144 pounds. So all that to say, I don't know really what my goal weight is. I feel like I'll be happy, you know, 130 to 145, somewhere in there. But that just depends on, you know, where I'm at. I'm just gonna keep fasting. I feel like this is something that is sustainable, that I can do for the rest of my life and not feel like I'm missing anything and just feel good, because I feel good. And intermittent fasting increases longevity, it staves off Alzheimer's, and there's just so much good research. But anyway, let's get into the actual results. I'm getting all excited about the benefits. So week 16, I told y'all I was down a total of 29 inches. Now I measure like neck, arms, forearms, and then around my breasts, under my breasts, around my waist, around my belly button, which is typically the widest part, and then around my thigh and my calf. So those are the measurements that I take. And in those areas I would have been down 29 inches as of week 16. As of the end of week 18, I am down 30.75 inches for a total of 1.75 inches. So I've lost almost 2 inches in 2 weeks, little under 1 3/4 inches. But so that's good progress. That means things are still moving, things are still working, and I'm not struggling. I'm not feeling like I'm sacrificing. So that's pretty amazing. My average fast this week for week 18 was 17 hours. So some days I may have gone a little shorter than that. Some days I went a little longer than that, but they average out to be 17-hour fasts. Now I'm not real strict in my fasting. I don't fast like every day, 17-hour fasts with, you know, a 5-hour eating window, or what would that be, 7-hour eating window. And every day my window is from noon to 7 p.m. You know what I mean? I'm not strict and rigid about it. So typically I'll close my window by 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and then I will fast until I'm hungry the next day, and I'll eat then. So depending on when I open my window will depend on when I close my window, and you know, and that also depends on how long my fast is. So I'm very flexible with it, and I think that that is actually really helpful to me because it's not so rigid and strict, so I can actually stick to it. Other new things this week, I have been on so I've been adjusting my thyroid meds, and I've been on prednisone and a couple of other medications just for some other stuff that I'm working with. And so I feel like I look a little more puffy than normal, but I'm hoping that when I step on that scale, that's not gonna be the case. So I'm still feeling really good. My skin looks great. Right now I'm wearing makeup, but I feel comfortable going out in public, which is like, I went out with a friend last night to dinner and I just put on a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of blush. That was it. Because my skin has started to heal and it's so smooth and everything is just getting better. The stretch marks on my body are healing. I was actually reading in a group of mine that I'm on Facebook where people are talking about how they've been at their goal weight, but you know, and they lost just 60, 70 pounds, and even though they're at their goal weight, their body is still healing and changing shape because all that loose skin is healing and tightening back up. And so I'm just super excited to get there. But I'm going to leave you guys with that information for today. That is our 18-week update. If you want to continue to follow along on my journey and see how I'm doing, click subscribe down below so that you don't miss my next video. I actually have a couple of other videos coming up in the coming weeks. Next week I plan to do a video about what do I eat during a typical day in my eating window of intermittent fasting. Just so you can kind of get an idea of how I'm getting the results I'm getting, and also how it varies from the way that maybe some other people do it. So that'll be up next week. And then in the coming weeks, you've just got some other really exciting videos, and I would love for you guys to not miss them. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe down below, and I will see you back here next week to discuss what I'm eating and to continue on this journey. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.